claims that she was abusing her patients as a counselor. 3 men have come forward to say that they went to Jodi for family counseling but were railroaded into porn and sex addiction treatment, even though they did not suffer from those problems. Spencer Tibbets was just 16 when he was sent to Jodi by his family after being found playing video games on a secret cell phone. Wow. He says he was forced into an adult male porn addiction group and subjected to their very adult stories, including incest fantasies from one of the men. His father, Brian Tibbets, went to counseling with his wife and says that Hildebrandt simply put a wedge between the spouses, didn't fix anything, actually made things worse. He also says that Hildebrandt treated their 12-year-old daughter for something Hildebrandt said was control addiction and lying addiction. Those are not official addictions, by the way. And placed the child, a 12-year-old, in a 12-step program, all because the little girl wanted a secret cell phone. Another man named Adam Paul Steed says that he sought counseling from Hildebrandt and says that his life was absolutely upended when she, as a counselor, broke privilege and shared his private thoughts with his church, his wife, and his university. I spoke with all 3 of these men just a little earlier tonight. If I could begin with you, Brian, it's your whole family was treated by Jodi Hildebrandt. Knowing what you've been through and knowing now what she's been arrested for, were you the least bit surprised with the charges that she's facing?
I was surprised that she abused a child with duct tape and rope. But I'm not surprised by that she used that amount of control. She often said that children should not have privacy, children need to be controlled, children can't be trusted. I didn't think it would have led to abuse, but I almost wouldn't put it past her too.
Well, Spencer, you know, you've just heard what your dad said. You saw Jodi Hildebrandt when you were just 16 for the, terrible crime of having a secret phone. Would you say that she would be capable of the crimes that she's charged with now, given the person that you got to know back then as a teenager?
Well, I never felt a good connection with her. She was like really cold and rude and never seemed like she really cared about me as a kid, especially compared to other better therapists I've had. So it's not very surprising, I guess. I didn't think Spencer, she would actually abuse, but sorry.
Well, an abuse can come in so many ways, right? I mean, it can be physical, it can be mental, and certainly hearing that she treated you with adults who had porn addiction and spoke openly about those kinds of things, as well as fantasies that should never be mentioned in front of a 16-year-old. What were some of those sessions like for you as a 21-year-old now looking back at your 16-year-old self?
Well, at the time, it was, especially because of how locked down things were at my house after we started therapy with Jodi, it was like the first outside connection I had. So on that hand, it was interesting, a little bit entertaining sometimes to listen to these guys. But as an adult looking back at that now, it's horribly disturbing. I can't imagine answering the phone and hearing a squeaky little kid's voice and being like, yeah, I have a porn addiction, or, all of the conversations that I had. It was a 45-minute call every day for a few weeks with a different person each time.
Well, and honestly, Brian, looking back, I would think your blood would be boiling when you discovered some of the things that Jodi had exposed your son to.
Absolutely. And I didn't know that my children were in sessions with Jodi. I was separated from my wife and children with the line drawn in the sand that if I had any contact with my wife or children, my ex-wife would divorce me. And that was a rule by Jodi. So I didn't know they were in therapy. When I finally threw the towel in and had contact with my kids and invited them over in the temporary space where I was living, found out what was going on, I told them all then, you're not going back to Jodi. I don't want you to go back, and you don't have to if you don't want to. And they resoundingly, all three said, please, we don't want to go back.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.